Welcome back, guys. Free NFL Bets podcast. My name is Eric. It's week 7, and I'm finally getting over my cold. Still kind of battling through it. I've kind of noticed I kind of yell on the podcast, or I feel like I'm yelling, so I'm going to try to talk like this the entire time. See if that makes me better with my voice situation. But yeah, week 6 was cool. Went 2 and 3. Or 2 out of 3, so 2 and 1 on my max bet, so I made a little bit of money. And yeah, let's keep pushing, guys. So Thursday Night Football, got the Steelers minus 5.5 at the Bengals, and the total is at 44.5. Now Trey Hendrickson may not play for the Bengals. Deshaun Elliott for the Steelers is kind of questionable, I believe, and then Calvin Austin's not going to play. But I think everybody else is good to go in this game, and I do like the Steelers, guys, to win and cover. Last week there were 4 teams that won the game as favorites but did not cover. Were the Broncos against the Jets, Colts against the Cardinals, Chargers against the Dolphins, and the Packers against the Bengals. And so I think this number should be closer to 7. I really do. I still think the Steelers are underrated in the betting marketplace. Joe Flacco is literally like on his 10th day learning the Bengals offense still. I mean, he did some good things in the second half against the Packers, but I mean, like I said, guys, if the team's going to win the game, they're most likely going to cover the point spread. Most likely. Again, on average, every single week, there's 2.75 teams, so either 2 or 3 games a week on average, where a team wins the game but does not cover as a favorite. Maybe this is one of them, but I don't think so. I think the Steelers win by 7. I feel pretty good about that. As far as that total being at 44.5, Thursday Night Football, I do lean over always. So I don't know. Steelers defense is really gelling right now. I know the Bengals are going to give a hard fight at home on prime time, not to get embarrassed, so they're going to try hard. Yeah, I guess I'd lean over. Not a strong opinion on that. Next game up, we got the London game. This is at Wembley Stadium. It's the Rams at the Jaguars, I guess technically, even though it's in London. Minus 3 is the point spread for the Rams. They're the road favorite. Looks like they're going to be without Puka Nacua this week. Over-under is also at 44.5. And let's see, guys. So I like Liam Cohen. I'll start with that. The head coach for the Jaguars. I really do like Liam Cohen. I think he is a really good leader. I didn't bet the Seahawks last week. I bet the under in that game, but I knew the Seahawks were going to win that game, guys. And I wish I bet them, because the Jaguars their 4-2 record is very phony. It's very random in my opinion. It's very lucky in my opinion. Trevor Lawrence really has not looked good this season. He's had some moments where he's been good. But realistically, like if you look at his stats, it's just pedestrian. So I do think there's going to be spots to fade the Jaguars moving forward. I do think this might be one of them. I'm still thinking. I just think the 3 is just like a really good number. Like I wish it was 2.5, and then I'd definitely bet the Rams. Another angle is Sean McVay used to be the boss of Liam Cohen. Cohen used to be on the Rams staff on and off before he got the job, the offense coordinator job with Tampa Bay, and then the head coaching job with the Jaguars. So there is that little dynamic. So the two know each other, or at least Cohen really knows McVay's offensive philosophies really well. So that is something interesting there. I do lean over in this game. The Jaguars' defense is good at taking the ball away, but are they actually good at stopping the opponent? Not really, guys. They give up a lot of yards. It's just really they're just good at turnovers. That's really it. And I mean, the front 7 is kind of good too, but yeah, I do lean Rams minus 3 total. I lean over. I actually kind of like that over a lot. I'm going to think about that one, guys. And I love betting unders, but I think that has the potential to go over the number right there, guys. All right, next game up, back into the continental United States of America. We have the 1 o'clock games. Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. Raiders cashed me that max bet minus 3.5. I don't know why people were so in love with Tennessee. I really have no idea. They got bet down from 6 all the way to like 3.5. I even think there was like a -3 at kickoff. And I mean, why? Because they won one of the luckiest games against Arizona. Like I don't get that, guys. I mean, the Titans are a bad football team. So yeah, Raiders took care of business. Chiefs beat who'd they beat? Oh yeah, the Lions. That was my other max bet. So yeah, these two teams won me a good amount of money last week. Raiders are on a bye week after this game, and again, it's historically better to bet teams before the bye week as opposed to when they get off of the bye week. In theory, my theory why this happens, and like there's hard data, guys. I mean, you can look it up. I don't have like, I just know the data off the top of my head. Sorry, I wish I sound better and more informed of like, hey, this is what it is. This is the percentage, and this and that. Like there's if you go to Cal Sports, I think his name's like Ralph Michaels. Like you search him on Twitter, he has like all this stuff, guys. But anyways, my thought process is that teams don't want to go into the bye week with a loss, and then that's why they play really hard before the bye week. And then when they come off of the bye week, they're either rusty or they're too relaxed, or probably a combination of both, and they're just flat coming out of the bye week. So that's my hypothesis on why the stats are like that. But anyways, back to this game, plus 12, plus 12.5, plus 11.5 for the road dog, Las Vegas. Total sitting at 45.5. I'm going to say this, guys. Kansas City's going to win this game. Kansas City's been going back and forth between being a below 500 team and a 500 team. They've not gone above 500 yet. I don't see them going back down to being a below 500 team. This team, I know there's like a Super Bowl hangover of like, or not even winning the Super Bowl, but just going to the Super Bowl and having a hangover, even if you lose it. A lot of teams that have lost the Super Bowl struggle to go back to the playoffs the following season. I don't know what that is, but that's a thing. The Chiefs are going to go to the playoffs this year, guys. They're done being a below 500 football team. They're a better team than the Raiders. Raiders' defense is not good. The Chiefs should be able to score whatever they want. I love the Chiefs team total over in this game. What's that going to be? Like 28? Like I think the Chiefs get to 30. Raiders' defense, especially on the road, is just really bad. And then, yeah, but are they going to cover the spread? I don't know, guys. This might be one of the games where the Raiders actually cover the spread. But the Raiders have been really awful on the road. Against the Colts, they looked flat and awful. And against the Commanders, they looked really bad. Somehow they beat the Patriots in week 1. Go figure, guys. Go figure. But yeah, I like Chiefs to win. I guess Chiefs to cover the spread. I don't feel good about that. And I think Raiders fight hard in this game, like offensively, to try to keep pace. And I like the over 45.5. Next game up, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Cleveland Browns. There's been some buyback on the 3s. That's interesting with the Dolphins. Okay. All right, that's interesting, guys. So it was plus 3 for Miami, the road dog, this morning, and then now it's minus 2.5 across the board. So there was a buyback on the Dolphins plus 3, and I agree with that to some degree, just because 3 is a key number. And the Dolphins, even though like the sky is falling right now, or like that's what people will try to paint a picture as, I have a pretty good feel on some of these teams, and I try to follow all these teams very closely, but some things just appear through like my social media feed more than others. And the Dolphins actually, I think, are kind of a tight team, guys. I know Tua said people showing up late to the players only meeting. Apparently that was only one guy. Who knows if that's like a rookie or not. But there's actually a lot of vets on this team that, have played winning football, that have pride. And I really don't think this team's going to lay down. Now, X's and O's against the Browns, it's not good, guys. And I will flat out say that I do like Cleveland to win this game. Cleveland's very good at stopping the run. The Dolphins can't run the ball really that well. The Dolphins had 2 big runs from a really fast running back in A-Chain last week. I don't think A-Chain gets that on the road. I don't think he gets those long runs on the road. Now, he might. He's really fast. He just needs a little bit of daylight. But overall, like, Dolphins, most of the carries are not going to go for much. So then they're going to have to throw the ball. Well, I mean, the Browns are actually okay at defending the pass too. So, and they have a great pass rush. And the Dolphins' offensive line just isn't great. So, I don't think the Dolphins are going to be able to score many points in this game. Browns play really, really freaking hard at home. The only thing is on the other side is, Dylan Gabriel. He did some nice things in the international game against the Vikings. And then he went up against a really difficult defense in the Steelers. I mean, Vikings defense was difficult too, but they're not great against the run. Steelers are great against the run. So Dolphins aren't good against the run. So that leads me to really think that, like, hey, the Browns offense, I think Judkins has a really nice day, and I think they run the ball on Miami. And I mean, if you can stop the run and run the ball better than the other team, you have a really good chance of winning. So if Gabriel just plays within Stefanski's offense, throws to the tight ends, hits a couple passes, Cleveland runs the ball really well, they don't turn the ball over, Cleveland should win this game, guys. But I think Miami gives a really, really good hard fight in this game. Over-unders at 39.5. I like it over. I think the Browns get into the 20s, actually. And I think the Dolphins fight hard and get to like close to 17, maybe even 20 points as well. I actually really like that over. I have to look at the weather forecast for Cleveland because whenever there's wind involved in Cleveland, unders happen. So I need to look at the weather report. But yeah, I do like that over, guys. I like that over a lot. Because I'm telling you, or just Browns team total over might be the safest bet in this game if you don't know if they're going to win or not. I don't think the Dolphins defense stops the Browns running game. And I think the Browns get to 20 points, guys. All right, next game up. Got the Patriots at the Tennessee Titans. Line is -7 for New England. Totals at 42. And, man. So, I mean, what do you say? There's a lot to say about this game. So, Mike Vrabel got fired after the 2023 season. So, like, winter of 2024. Got fired. Took the year off, well, coached in Cleveland with Stefanski, actually, and then got hired by the Patriots. So, 2 years removed from being the Titans head coach, so he knows some of those players on that team. That's an advantage for Vrabel and the Patriots. It's also an advantage that, he's going to Tennessee to play Tennessee, so he's going back to where the stadium he used to coach at. The Patriots are an emotional driven team. Stephon Diggs has brought a lot of emotion to the Patriots team, a lot of edginess to the team. They responded at Buffalo for Stephon Diggs. I really believe the Patriots players respond for Mike Vrabel and have his back because Mike Vrabel definitely cares about his players. And so, I feel very confident that the Patriots win this game. Do they cover the point spread? I don't know, guys. The thing about the point spread with, like, the most obvious games, right? Like, I feel like everybody and their mama knows that Mike Vrabel is going back to Tennessee. New England's going to win the game. But Tennessee, obviously with their head coach being fired, that's like a relief in the building. Cam Ward probably feels relieved. The whole team probably feels relieved. Like, Callahan wasn't like some players coach. He wasn't like some guy that connected with all the players. Like, I highly doubt that. And just from what I was reading and everything. So I think there is a relief. I think there's like yes, he's gone. This feels really, really good. So whatever, I like the over. Now that I'm talking this through, like 42, I like the over a lot. I think the Titans offense is more free. I think they play free, which either creates big plays or creates turnovers. And either of those two things is going to create points. And fast points. And then for the Patriots offense, I think they play really hard, really well. I like over 42, guys. I lean -7, but man, I'm not big on teasers right now, like this season. But man, put the Patriots in the teasers. I'm probably gonna do one with the Patriots in the teaser this week, guys. Patriots are gonna win that game for Vrabel. I know that for sure. Next game up, we got the New Orleans Saints at the Chicago Bears, and the spread is -5. I'll call it -5. It's been a little bit of Saints money at the +5. It was +5.5. It got bought down. I even see some 4.5s. Over unders at 47. And let's see, guys. So the Saints have actually played pretty well this season, except for the loss at Seattle. Other than that, they've been competitive in like all their games and against really good teams too. So and Kellen Moore even came out after the loss against the Patriots last week. He said, like, this team's close. I actually believe him. I think this team is kind of close. Chicago's off a very big win at Washington, which was the Hail Mary game last year. So they lost in a Hail Mary last year. They got lucky with the fumble on Monday Night Football from Washington. And then, they won on a last-second field goal with Jake Moody, of all people, which is hilarious. But, yeah, I actually kind of like... it's not a great Chicago spot, guys. It's just not. I'll start with that. But in terms of, like line value, like Bears -5, I don't know, guys. I do think the Bears win, and like I say, like if you think the Bears are going to win, they're probably going to cover the point spread more times than not. So, and that's all we're asking for in sports betting, is to win more bets than we lose at -110 odds. And I guess I can only take Bears -5, guys. But I would not be surprised if the Saints cover that spread. Over under. So the Saints on the road are an over team, and then the Bears at home are an over team. I think the Bears are an over team in general anyways. I like that over 47. Sorry, guys. Let me quiet my phone. All right, let me quiet my phone. All right, there we go. I like the over 47. I like it. Saints are going to fight hard. They have offensive players that can play well. Obviously, they got Brandon Cook, and Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Taysom Hill's back, Kamara. Spencer Rattler is actually playing decent, or at least keeping the offense moving most of the time. I like that over, guys. I like that over a lot. Next game up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Minnesota Vikings. There's been a lot of Vikings money so far. It was like +2.5. Now it's down to +1.5. And over-unders at 43.5. Now, I like the Eagles. I'm probably going to bet the Eagles this week. And the reason being is that they played about one of the worst games you could play against the Giants. Like, their defense looked lifeless. I know Vic Fangio is going to get them to respond. Again, can A.J. Brown's saga affect the entire locker room? Yeah, it can, for sure. But I think Vic Fangio gets the defense in a good enough spot to bounce back this week and play really, really hard. And the Vikings offense just isn't very good. Jordan Mason is an okay runner. I thought he'd be better than what he's shown this year. He hasn't been that great. He's fumbled a little bit as well. And so they don't really have a backup running back besides him. So I don't see the Vikings having a great running attack. And then also the quarterback situation. So J.J. McCarthy's practicing this week. He may be the starter. Carson Wentz might be the starter. So ironically, Carson Wentz playing against the team that drafted him and the Eagles. He had one really great year with the Eagles and then stunk it up after that. So that's an interesting dynamic. We got to see who starts, guys. If J.J. McCarthy starts for the Vikings, I really love the Eagles because J.J. McCarthy had one good quarter at Chicago, and that was it. Like, other than that, he looked awful. He looked like a rookie because he basically is a rookie. And I don't want a rookie going against Vic Fangio's defense. And, you know, I think the Eagles would really have to royally just screw this game up. Like, I think it'd be like that much. I think the Eagles' offense would basically have to lose this game for the Eagles to lose this game. That even amidst all the like crazy AJ Brown drama, I really fully believe Eagles losing 3 in a row and just having extra time to prepare for this game. I mean, the Vikings are coming off of a bye week as well, so they've had extra time to prepare, but I like the Eagles in this one, guys. I feel pretty damn confident about it. I'm even thinking about making it a 5-unit max bet. Over-unders at 43.5. And I like that under. I think the Eagles really try to run the ball well. Vikings, I don't think, score a lot. I like that under 43.5, guys. Next game up. We got a great game, guys. Not really. Carolina Panthers at the New York Jets. It's the last 1 o'clock game. Panthers are minus 1.5 point favorites on the road. Total is at 42.5. And this is the thing with the Panthers, guys. You know, they haven't been great off of wins, right? Or no. They actually did. They beat but that was at home. They've been great at home, bad on the road. I don't think they've covered on the road this year. I have to look at that. But I know they covered all 3 home games, and they've won all 3 home games, right? I believe so. Yeah, they won all 3 home games. So, they covered at Arizona. I forgot about that. So yeah, I think they're like 4-2 against the spread. The Jets are actually 3-3 against the spread. Somehow, some way, being 0-6, have had 3 covers as an underdog without winning the game. It's kind of crazy. Man, it's a desperate spot for the Jets, and that's why this game is at a pick'em. But they're not going to have Garrett Wilson, I believe. And I don't know if Quincy Williams, the linebacker, is still available. I don't know. I know he was on IR. The Jets defense just is... I mean, they played better last week. I'll give them credit there. They did. But it was also the Denver Broncos were just sleepwalking. That's also what was happening. So I still don't think the Jets defense is that great. But I know they're going to play hard. The Panthers offense can run the ball really well. They were throwing the ball better, but again, do I trust the Panthers to replicate that on the road? It's kind of iffy, guys. It's kind of iffy, but maybe they do. Maybe the Panthers are turning the corner. Bryce Young has been looking a lot more comfortable throwing the ball, running an NFL offense. Like, was this year 3 for him? You know, maybe he's turning a corner. Maybe the Panthers actually cement themselves as not a legitimate team, but a competent team. And yeah, I mean, flat out, what I'm saying, guys, the Panthers are the better team than the Jets, no doubt about it. Especially without Garrett Wilson, like the Jets, I don't trust them. Panthers are the better team. It's just, are they going to show it? Are they going to prove it? I kind of think they do. I lean Panthers minus 1.5. Over unders 42. I like that over a lot. The Panthers passing defense isn't good, and then I could see them just being a little flat and then letting Justin Fields run around. Breece Hall, I mean, the Jets can run the ball pretty good. I think the Jets at home, they can run the ball fairly well. And on the other side, the Panthers, I think they can get it done, and I think they can score some points too. So I think that number's a little too low. I think it should be more around like 43, 44. I'm going to think about that over. All right, off to the 4 o'clock games. We got the Indianapolis Colts at the Los Angeles Chargers, and I kind of like this angle. I heard this talk, guys, of like the Colts lost in the same stadium and to the Rams like 3 weeks ago or something like that, and they should have won that game, really, or at least went into overtime. But yeah, so they're plus 1.5 underdogs. Chargers are still very banged up. I think the Colts defense secondary is very banged up. Over unders at 48.5. And I have to look at the injury report, guys, but man, I'm just big on teams. I call it like returning to the scene of the crime, like back where they got beat, and like they're going to the same locker room, same stadium, probably staying at the same hotel, and they lost here just 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it was to the Rams, not the Chargers, but still, like there's a, hey, we came back here, we let one go. Like I think there's an added motivation there. Chargers are just like, they're a good team, but I don't know, guys. It's a tough game, guys. This is a tough one. I lean Colts plus 1.5. For some reason I don't feel great about it. The injury report's going to be key for this game, guys, for sure. I can only look over with the current state of affairs of both defenses. Over 48.5, I can only look that for sure. Next game up, got the Giants at the Broncos. Now, this is an angle I've been doing all season. It's worked out extremely well for me. Fading bad teams or teams that have not had a lot of winning success in the past or in recent, seasons, fading them or betting against them after they get a win. So the Giants had a huge win against the Eagles, their division rival, on Thursday Night Football. Scatabo looked great. Jackson Dart looked great. They're flying high. Flying high, guys. They've got to be feeling great. And I don't trust those teams dealing success, going on the road especially, and then being able to hang tight in a game against one of the best defenses in the NFL, or an above 500 team, or even just a pretty good team. And so, like, this season, the Falcons beat the the Panthers beat the Falcons. Panthers go to New England, they get blown out by New England. Okay? Then what happens? The Giants beat the Chargers. Okay? They go to New Orleans. New Orleans beats the Giants. Okay? What happened last week? All right? The Titans beat the Cardinals the week before. What happened? They went on the road to Las Vegas, and they got pretty soundly taken care of by the Raiders. And then also, what happens? The Saints beat the Giants, like I said, and then what happened? They lost to the Patriots the next week. I don't trust these bad teams, guys, coming off wins. I can only look the Broncos -7. Total is 40. And now, it's really difficult betting teams like Denver and Green Bay who have pretty good offenses, but then really great defenses, because essentially what you need for these overs to hit, you need the offenses to like get over 30 points, essentially, for you to feel safe that the over is going to hit, because there are probably more situations than not where the Giants offense does not score over 14 points. In fact, I think taking the Giants team total under is probably a really good bet. What would that be? It'd be 20 minus 4, probably like 16.5. I think that's a great bet. Broncos at home, they're going to force a lot of field goals, or they're going to force the Giants to be in a lot of scoring touchdown situations. I don't trust Jackson Dart in the red zone on the road trying to score touchdowns in comeback mode. I'd lean under 40. Kind of feel good about that one. Next game up, we got the Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. What can you say? Washington's underachieved this season, even with the injury to Mariota. Like, they got all this new talent. Now, obviously, injuries, Austin Eckler, Terry McLaurin's happened. There's been some things. But, and Jaden Daniels, obviously, too. But still, you would expect a better fight at Atlanta when they lost that. You would have expected a little bit better fight against Green Bay. And then they didn't execute like a good team should against the Bears on Monday Night Football this past week. So they're only 3-3. Cowboys are kind of just doing cowboy things. Like literally, they're beating the bad teams at home, or they're just beating the bad teams in general. And then they pull out some great game against the Packers, but can only manage to get a tie out of it. That's like typical Cowboys right now. And then they lose to the Panthers on the road. I know they have a lot of injuries to the offensive line. I know CeeDee Lamb's hurt, but all those guys have the possibility to come back this week. And so, man, it's hard to imagine the Commanders going 3-4. It is. Obviously, Dan Quinn, I mean, we know he used to be the Cowboys defensive coordinator. That was 2 seasons ago, though, so that's kind of like a little bit of old news, a little bit. I don't know. I kind of like the Cowboys here, guys. I kind of do. I mean, this should be a good game, guys. I could see it going either way. I couldn't fault you if you wanted to tease Dallas to +6. I mean +7.5. I totally understand that. Over unders at 54.5. It's really difficult betting Cowboys games under. I tried to do that last week against the Panthers. And that shit blew up in my face. But I kind of lean under here. Last week was Chicago doing well because of the Commanders' turnovers, in my opinion. If the Commanders don't turn the ball over against the Cowboys, I think because I don't think Dak's gonna throw. I mean, maybe he does, but I don't. I think Dak plays pretty well at home generally. And to get over 55 points, guys, I mean, someone's got to get to 30. Someone may get to 30 in this game, but if the Commanders' defense shows up and plays well, this game will stay under. And that's pretty much all you need. Because I do think the Cowboys' defense will show up and play well. I don't think the Commanders' offense with Jaden Daniels is just clicking enough to get to 30 points, like, no problem. Like, yeah, sure, they could get to 30 points, but more times than not, in their current form, no, I don't see them getting to 30, like, more times than not. So I do lean under. I think it's a little high, guys. I'm tempted to be contrarian and bet that under. We'll see if I get there. The last 4 o'clock game, we have the Cardinals at home against the Packers. Packers are -6.5 point road favorites. Over unders at 44.5. And so Kyler Murray may play in this game. It's a possibility. He's practicing a little bit, so who knows? I kind of think he is, and so I'm going to wait on this line because I think Green Bay wins this game. I think Green Bay's due for a good win. They kind of took care of the Cardinals last year. That was at Lambeau last year, but I don't know. I kind of like the Packers. Jacoby Brissett played kind of out of his mind last week. I've never seen him throw the ball that well before. I mean, he was literally... I mean, the Cardinals can't run the ball. I'll tell you that. Like, if you like player props, just bet Michael Carter under and whoever the other guy is who fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line. Take him under. Because the Cardinals cannot run the ball, guys. Worth the darn. Okay, they're going to have to throw the ball. And the Packers have a way better secondary than what the Colts put on the field on Sunday. And then also, Brissett used to play for the Colts for like a whole season. I forgot about that. And I bet the Colts. So, yeah, kind of wish I remembered that. Like, yeah, that, and then, yeah, that was annoying. But anyways, so, yeah, I like the Packers -6.5. I think it goes down to probably like -4 with Kyler Murray playing. Maybe it doesn't because Jacoby Brissett looked better than Kyler has this whole season pretty much. So, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't move at all. Maybe it just stays at -6, if anything, if Kyler plays. I do like the over 44.5 if Kyler plays. I like the under if Brissett plays. Kyler should be able to stress the defense, run around enough. Obviously, you need to check to see if Marvin Harrison plays this week. He left the game with a concussion against the Colts. I I don't trust Kyler throwing to all the rest of those wide receivers. I do like the Packers a lot in this game, no matter who plays for the Cardinals, guys. I think the Packers... Oh, Alexa, off. Sorry, guys. Alexa alarm. Yeah. I like the Packers in that one, guys. I'm pretty tempted to bet the Packers. Probably going to bet the Packers. Next game up, we got, Sunday Night Football. Well, actually, why are the Falcons in so many primetime games this year? Bijan Robinson's great to watch, but Penix is... This is the thing. I get so frustrated when I see things better than these NFL coordinators do, and it's so glaring. Michael Penix is nothing without his first read, and he's also nothing without Drake London. He will force the ball to Drake London. Literally, if I was a defensive coordinator going against the Falcons, obviously I would load the box up, and then I would play a low robber and a high robber with Drake London every single play until Penix can prove to me that he can have 2 drives, not 1 drive. Even if he has 1 drive where he throws to Ray McCloud and Kyle Pitts and whoever else are their wide receivers who aren't Drake London. If he can do that for 2 series in a row, then I'm like, okay, you know what? Darn, let me stop playing my bracket on Drake London. But guys, he only throws to Drake London. Just take Drake London receptions. It's probably going to be over 5.5, maybe probably even over 6.5. Penix just throws to Drake London. That's it. Forces it to him, guys. If Saleh can understand that and take away Drake London, 49ers probably win this game. I definitely don't trust Penix. 49ers run defense to stop Bijan Robinson. I don't know if Fred Warner's out for this season. That's a huge loss for that run defense. I don't know, guys. Makes me feel a little weird, honestly. I lean San Francisco -2. I don't feel great about that. And I really don't love Atlanta. So that's kind of saying a lot about how I feel about the 49ers. And again, Brock Purdy's practicing. We don't know who the quarterback is. Honestly, I think Brock Purdy's a little bit better than Mac Jones, but I don't know by how much, honestly, especially with Brock Purdy's turf toe situation. If Brock Purdy can't even move, I don't know. Mac Jones is having trouble moving too, guys. Over-under is 47. Man, I like that under. Because I don't see that Falcons offense traveling well. I definitely don't see that traveling well. And then the 49ers defense played poorly last week. So I like Saleh at home in prime time to get his boys playing well. So I lean under 47. Falcons have a pretty good defense. I think whoever plays for the 49ers, they turned the ball over a lot last week. I think they, I like that under. I'm going to think about that under, guys. Next game up, got two Monday night games. Buccaneers at the Lions. Now, spread is -5.5 for the home favorite Detroit Lions. There's a lot of injuries for both teams. Over-under's at 52.5. And, man, Dan Campbell off of a loss is money. Literally money. I think he's 5-1 off of a loss since he's not excluding his awful first year where they only won 4 games. Since the Lions have been a playoff team, those seasons, they're 5-1 off of a loss, guys. They're really, really damn good. This year off of a loss. They smoked the Bears at home. So now this is their second game off of a loss because they lost to the Chiefs. I just think -5.5 is too high. But again, there's only going to probably be 2 or 3 games this week where the favorite wins and doesn't cover. I mean, I'm not willing to step in front of Dan Campbell having a pissed off Lions team at home in prime time to the team that they lost to last year in week 2 at home or week 3 at home against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers beat the Lions last year, and the Lions let that game go. I even though I think the line's too high at 5.5, I think the Lions cover that. I think they do. I think they play lights out. And the Buccaneers, their offense has been Baker Mayfield just playing incredible. They don't have a great run game right now. It's just really Baker being incredible. And I think some of that Baker magic gets slowed down a little bit in this game, just enough for the Lions to win by like 7. So even though the line's a little high, I lean -5.5, guys, with the Lions at home, even with all their injuries to the secondary and all that stuff. I lean over 52.5, just because the Lions. I mean, Dan Campbell likes to run up the score, especially at home. I could see them getting like mid-30s, and then you just need the Buccaneers to get to 20, like 35-20. 34-20. Yeah, I could see something like that, guys. All right, last game up. Got the Seahawks at home against the Texans on Monday Night Football. So this is the Monday Night Football. Thank God. I can't stand these Monday Night Football games where there's 2 games going on at once. So I'm trying to watch both at the same time. Like, you would think, like, oh yeah, it's easy, just have it on one screen, but like, I like to be fully immersed watching these games. I like to listen to the commentary because the color commentator, like the Tony Romos and Jim Nance's, they meet with the teams before they, like, throughout the week, like at practice, sit down with them, talk to them. Like, you get to hear an inside information of what's going on with each team that you don't hear from during the press conferences. So you really get a good feel of these teams. And, you know, anyways, one game's at 7 o'clock, one game's at 10 o'clock. So that's nice. So be able to watch both games without any interruption from the other game. So Texans are +3. There was a little bit of buyback because it was +3.5, and I understand that. Both defenses are very good. Overs unders at 41. Need to see the Seahawks. The Seahawks secondary is banged up. It can get away with that against the Jaguars. I mean, it could probably get away with it against C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud on the road is not very good. But, you know, I mean, I know they did well against Baltimore, but excluding that Baltimore game, like, and Baltimore had a very banged up defense. So I just don't see C.J. Stroud having another great game on the road, guys. I just don't. Seahawks have only won like 3 games at home in the past 2 seasons. Like, it's been awful. Or 2.5 seasons, guys. Seahawks have not won a home game. Well, obviously they beat the Saints, but excluding that, like, you know, they're not very good at home. I don't know what it is, and I think that tide turns. I think the Seahawks win this game. I think that Seahawks defense really just makes the Texans look bad. I know it's hard thinking the Texans going to 2-4, and the Seahawks are 4-2. Like, you would think, like, hey, Texans are a playoff team from the past 2 seasons. Like, they're not going to go to 2-4. I don't know, guys. Maybe they go to 2-4. Texans defense obviously really good. It's a tough game, guys. It's a tough game. I'm probably not going to get involved. I could see it going either way, honestly. But I do lean the Seahawks -3. I do lean under -41 as well. So, that is the podcast, guys. I appreciate y'all listening. Next week, I think there's like 6 teams on a bye week, so next week's show will be probably pretty quick. But yeah, I appreciate y'all listening, man. Drop a like, drop a comment, share, like, subscribe, show some love. Really happy that people find my podcast helpful to them, or at least I'm entertaining, one or the other. But yeah, really happy you guys are showing love, and I'll see you on the next week, guys. See you then.